Hi, welcome to Yomi. Tonight, I'm going to tell you the story of the butcher shop monster. My late grandfather spent most of his time working in market squares in Bogota city center, specifically in Las Cruces Market Square. He used to drink a lot, as many men at that time, and also used to talk about things a child does not comprehend. Nonetheless, there was this one story he always avoided to go into fully. He said it was not a made-up story, but instead something he lived and preferred to keep it for himself. One night after drinking a lot, he finally told me the story. During the 70s, there was a small butcher shop in the city center near La Candelaria by Villa Javier sector. This place was not famous, just a regular butchery run by a humble couple. Nobody suspected anything until one day, rumors about the couple having a kid spread. The strange thing is that nobody ever saw the kid. Rumors also said that the kid was born with grotesquely long and deformed limbs and severe mental disability. He could not talk nor understand either. Besides, he had an enormous strength that didn't match his age. The mother never accepted him. In fact, she wanted to get rid of him in the middle of nowhere, but the father refused to do so. Instead, they kept him locked up inside the butchery cellar for years. My granddad said that the place had a distinct stench, not only meat, but something else. That kid was only fed with raw pork and smashed potatoes. As the time went by, he became violent and started banging on the walls, biting his own hands and screaming for long periods of time. This caused the marriage to fall apart. The woman abandoned him and never asked for the child again. After a few days, the burglar incident occurred. Two teenagers broke into the butchery during the night and only one came out. The other one just disappeared. The police did not investigate much because during the 70s it was common for people to disappear in Bogota. The rumor has it that it was the kid who smashed his head and ate him raw. Since that day, people started talking about the legend of the butcher shop monster. Nobody dared to mention it out loud, but everyone knew there was something wrong with that house. Time passed and the butcher shop was shut down for good. As the butcher became old, the kid grew and stopped being a child. He no longer tolerated pork and became even more furious when was fed with it. The stench also became stronger and harder to hide. When the mother died, her eldest son from another family, Daniel, met the butcher in the funeral. They talked several times until they grew close. One day the old man confessed all and showed him that creature he had kept locked up for over 30 years. For some reason, Daniel felt pity and decided to take care of the little monster once the old man passed away. According to my grandfather, that thing's still alive, locked up in the cellar of the same house. The man kept it there so it wouldn't escape and to keep it hidden. He showers it by dumping buckets of water on it. It's not a matter of cleanliness, but control. He needs to disguise the odor. When the creature gets aggressive, when tries to break the chains and screams, it must be fed. But he no longer eats pork. My granddad swears he was once tricked so he could be used as food. He told me that one night was really drunk and somebody convinced him to follow him with the promise of a job. They went together to that house, went downstairs, and he immediately felt the stench. He describes it as overpowering and sickening. Besides, he heard the chains taut and a figure moving in the darkness. Somehow he knocked the man down and ran away. The next morning in the market square, an old lady smelled him and said she already knew where he has been. She knew every detail without him even saying a single word. It wasn't the first time it happened, but the first time anyone came back alive. She said there were people helping to feed it, to keep it hidden. Since that moment, my grandfather never went out of the house at night, and every time he was near the city center and smelled something strange, he turned pale. I'm not sure whether I should believe it, or even if it was just a made-up story by a drunk grandpa. The only certain thing is that whenever I pass by Villa Javier, there's always a house with the windows shut, and sometimes it has a nut smell. If you have any horror stories, you can reach me out via Gmail. I will be more than glad to share your story here in the channel. This is Yomi, and you may leave now.